I am making a Destiny Hero deck profile. This is a pure Destiny Hero build. There aren't any Vision Heroes. You, the only other hero cards that are in this are 5 Evil Hero cards, but that's just because they're actually pretty decent engine. But overall, this is more of a fun build that I'm trying to tweak around with to see if I can get to actually do something besides just Enforcer spam. But overall, I really like how the deck works, and now that I'm not accidentally cheating with a card, it's actually still quite a fun deck. So for the one, starting off with the monsters, I play one copy of Destiny Hero Dreamer. Dreamer has the effect that during damage calculation, if your Destiny Hero monster battles and this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card to then make it so that that monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from that battle. However, when Dreamer leaves the field, when summoned this way, it's then banished. Then I play one Disc Commander. Disc Commander has the effect that if it's summoned from the graveyard other than the turn it was sent there, then you can draw 2 cards, and then you can only use that effect to Disc Commander once per duel. Then I play one copy of Destiny Hero Denier. Denier has the effect that when it's summoned, you can then take one Destiny Hero monster that's in your grave, banished, or what was it, in your deck? Yeah, Destiny Hero monster that's deck, grave, or banished, and place it on top. And then it has a once per duel effect, where if this card's in your graveyard, as well as any other Destiny Hero except for another copy of Denier, you can special summon it once per duel. And then next, I play 3 copies of Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. Diamond Dude lets you activate the top card of your deck. If it's a normal spell, you can send it to the graveyard. If it's not, then it goes to the bottom of the deck. And any spell cards that are sent to the graveyard off of Diamond Dude's effect, you can use its effect from the graveyard next turn. So if you send a Pot of Desires, instead of having to banish 10 cards to draw 2, you can just draw 2 cards. Next, I play 3 copies of Destiny Hero Drill Dark. Drill Dark has the effect that when it's summoned, you can summon another level 4 or lower. Oh, I think it's. Let's see. Okay. When it's summoned, you can summon another Destiny Hero monster from your hand that has attack equal to or less than its own attack on the field. So if it's in play and you have. What was that field spell called? I can't remember the name of the field spell, but it's boosts all dark monsters by 500 attack but weakens their defense by 4. Then you can summon any Destiny Hero from your hand with 2100 attack points. Ordinarily, though, it will only let you summon any Destiny Hero with 1600 or less attack. And then its other effect lets it do piercing, which that doesn't come off very often. Or come up very often. Next, I play 2 copies of Destiny Hero Celestial. Celestial has the effect that when it declares an attack, then at the start of on the attack declaration, you can destroy 1 face-up spell card your opponent controls, which I've actually won games with that effect because the only thing my opponent had that was really restricting me at all was they had a copy of Secret Village of the Spellcasters. And then also has the effect in the graveyard that this card's in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, and you have no cards in your hand. Then you can banish this card and another Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard to draw 2 cards. Next, I play 3 copies of Evil Hero Adusted Gold. Adusted Gold lets you discard to add Dark Fusion or a card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. And then I know it has more effects, just that's pretty much the only effect you actually want to use. Yeah, its other effect is that I cannot attack unless you control a fusion monster, which ordinarily you're just discarding this to grab the Dark Fusion. And because this is a Destiny Hero deck, I play 3 copies of Malicious. Malicious has the non-once per turn effect of if it's in your graveyard, you can banish it to summon another one from your deck. Which you can technically do this, you use that effect 3 times, because Denier usually puts a Malicious that's banished back on top of the deck. Next, I play 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dasher. Dasher's only real effect in this deck is its graveyard effect, because it's usually being used as fusion material. which is while it's in the graveyard or in your draw phase, if you draw a monster card, you can you can special summon that monster. You can only use that effect at Dasher once per duel. I believe. It's either once per duel or you can only use that grave effect once per turn. Okay, yeah. You draw a monster, you reveal it, and then you special summon it. And then, to finish off the monsters, I play one copy of Dogma, one copy of Plasma, and one copy of Dreadmaster. Dogma has to be special summoned by tributing 3 Destiny Hero monsters. And then, its only other effect is during your opponent's standby phase after it was summoned, have their life points. Then Dreadmaster has the effect that it gains attack equal to the combined original attack of all other Destiny heroes on the field. And then when it's summoned, you can target 2 Destiny hero monsters in your graveyard and special summon them. And then lastly, Plasma is the big boss monster of the deck. As while it's on the field, your opponent cannot activate monster effects on their field. And then once per turn, it can target 1 monster your opponent controls and equip it to it. And then Plasma then gains half that equipped monster's original attack. And then it has more effects with one of the certain spell cards in the deck that I think is actually really funny. And I think Dreadmaster has one other effect that I just remembered. Let's see. Special summon to 2. See. Okay, yeah, and it's Dreadmaster does have another effect I remembered, which is during the turn it's summoned, your Destiny Hero monsters cannot be targeted. What was it? Just destroyed by card effects, or can't be targeted or destroyed. Let's see. Okay, your Destiny Hero monsters cannot be destroyed in battle, and you take no battle damage from battles involving them the turn it's summoned. That's what it was. Moving on to the spells. I play one copy of Dark Calling. This lets you fusion summon an evil hero monster by banishing its materials from field or grave. Which, with this deck, would be the one Malicious Bane. Which is just an evil hero monster, level 5 or higher monster. So usually, it'll be a Dusted Gold and Malicious. Next, I play one copy of Triple Tactics Talent. It's actually really funny milling this off of Diamond Dude, because then during your next main phase, you can just use one of the 3 effects, even if your opponent hasn't activated a monster effect during your main phase. Which is, you can draw 2 cards, look at your opponent's hand and shuffle a card back, or you can take control of an opponent's monster, non-targeting until the end of the turn. Next, I play 2 copies of Dr. Destiny. Dr. Destiny has the effect that you can banish a Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard to add to your hand, or special summon a Destiny Hero monster from your deck, from your graveyard. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 2 Destiny Hero monsters you control. Choose one of those monsters, its attack becomes the other monster's attack till the end of the turn. Which that effect usually doesn't come up very often, unless you have a random weak monster while you have Dreadmaster or Dogma, and you can just make it really strong to go for game. Next, I play 3 copies of Polymerization. I'm honestly thinking about swapping this for double Polymerization, because double Polymerization with 3 Destiny heroes is a Phoenix Enforcer. But this just lets you fusion summon a monster by using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Another card that should be this deck that I didn't think about was a single copy Guardian Chimera, just because if Polymerization's in the deck, then Guardian Chimera can't be targeted. Or in the graveyard, I mean. Next, I play 3 copies of Destiny Draw. This lets you discard a Destiny hero, then draw 2 cards. Or if you send this off a Diamond Dude, you just get to draw 2 cards, because you don't have to fulfill the activation cost. Next, I play 3 copies of D-Force. This is the reason why you only need to play 1 Plasma. As when D-Force is activated, you can add a Destiny Hero Plasma from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And then while you control Destiny Hero Plasma, you apply the following effects. You cannot draw during your draw phase, but your Destiny Hero Plasma your opponent cannot target cards on your field with card effects, and your Destiny Hero Plasma cannot be destroyed by card effects, gains 100 attack for every monster in the graveyard, and then gets 2 attacks during each battle phase. So while its cards in play, it makes it so your plasma cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, as well as your other cards can't be targeted. And then it just allows plasma to get really big and start dealing lots of damage. And then next, I play 3 copies of Fusion Destiny. Usually, if you're worried about an Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, you can usually just activate this, and your opponent will ash it immediately. But this card just lets you fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that requires a Destiny Hero monster as material, and then you can use monsters from your deck as material as well. However, this does lock you into Dark Hero monsters, but since this is a since this is a Destiny Hero deck with a small Evil Hero engine, that restriction doesn't really matter at all. And lastly, for the spells, 3 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust. If your opponent has activated a monster effect during your turn, then you can add set a spell or trap from your deck, or a normal spell or trap from your deck. However, it cannot activate its effect that turn. But if your opponent controls a monster, then you can add it to that card to your hand instead. Again, you can just use this card's effect on your next turn if you mill it off a Diamond Dude. Another card I really wanted to use in this deck that I just couldn't find the room for was 3 copies of Lightning Storm, just because Lightning Storm can be used to just destroy all your opponent's spell and trap cards or your opponent's attack position monsters. But if you go to actually activate it instead of just using its effect because of Diamond Dude, then you have to control no cards. Or no face-up cards to activate Lightning Storm. Moving on to the traps, I play 3 copies of Break the Destiny. Break the Destiny lets you target a level 8 or higher Destiny Hero monster or a Destiny and Dragoon. Destroy that card, and if you do, you skip your opponent's next main phase 1, which the reason I found out I was cheating with this because I thought this makes so your opponent goes draw phase, standby phase, battle phase, end phase, because I thought main phase 2 was connected to main phase 1, which is actually the battle phase it's connected to. So in order to turn skip, you have to have Break the Destiny, and I think it's Thunder of Ruler. But I don't really care about doing that, so... But Break the Destiny also has the graveyard effect that you can banish this card from your graveyard, add a spell or trap from your deck to your hand that mentions Destiny Hero monsters, or it mentions that specifically lists a Destiny Hero monster's name, or Destiny and Dragoon in its text from your deck to your hand. Usually, you can use this from your graveyard to search for D-Force, because it specifically mentions Plasma. And then lastly, I play 3 copies of D-Tactics. D-Tactics has the effect during your standby phase. You can have all hero monsters you control gain 400 attack. And then if this card leaves the field, or that attack boost remains even if this card leaves the field. And then if a level 8 or higher Destiny Hero monster or Destiny and Dragoon is special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can banish 1 card from your opponent's hand at random, field, or graveyard. If this card is in the spell and trap zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add a Destiny Hero monster from your deck to your hand. You'll use each effect of D-Tactics once per turn. Usually, what I do with this, if I see multiples, is I'll have one be used to be active and the other's just set. And then, if it's destroyed, the active one's destroyed, then they have a second one I can activate. Or if the set one's destroyed, I get a search. But that is it for the main deck. There's a few things I really wanted to change. Like I also wanted to play the little Charmies in this deck. But I just couldn't find the room for them. And I'm still figuring out the ratios I like before adding hand traps. For the extra deck, I play 2 copies of Extra Hero Cross Crusader. Let's see. Cross Crusader. It has the effect that if this card is linked summoned, you can target a Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Then you contribute a Destiny Hero monster to add a hero monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. You will use each effect of Cross Crusader once per turn. Also, you can special summon monsters the turn you activate either of this card's effects except for hero monsters, which is fine because in this deck, every monster is a hero monster, so that restriction doesn't apply at all. And then next, I play 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dread Decimator. I say Destiny Hero, but it's Extra Hero Dread Decimator. Has the effect that this card and any hero monsters it points to gain 100 attack for each hero monster with a different name in your graveyard. And then it has piercing damage. Or it has a piercing effect. Piercing just means if it attacks a monster in defense mode, your opponent takes the difference in attack and defense as damage. So if Dread Decimator is at 4,200 and it attacks Dark Magician in defense mode with 2,100 defense, I can't remember what I said, I think it said 42, then your opponent will take 2,100 points of damage. Next, I played 2 copies of Destiny Hero. What was it? Dangerous? Yeah. Destiny Hero Dangerous. Dangerous has the quick effect of you can discard a card to then send a Destiny Hero monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, Destiny Hero monsters you control gain 200 attack for each Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard until the end of this turn. And then you can only use that effect once per turn. It's a hard once per turn effect, so if you have 2, you can only use one of them. But again, this is just useful being able to start swinging for game. And then the secondary boss monster of this deck is 3 copies of Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Destroyer and Phoenix Enforcer's main effect is a hard once per turn effect. But if you have multiples in play, then each one will weaken your opponent's monsters by 200 for each hero in your graveyard. But Enforcer has 3 effects. The first on-field effect is your opponent's monsters lose 200 attack for each hero monster in your graveyard. I believe it has to be of a different name. Let's see. Nope. Just lose 200 per hero in your graveyard. Its second on-field effect is once per turn as a quick effect, you can activate Enforcer's effect. Destroy 1 card you control to destroy 1 card your opponent controls. And then its last effect is if Phoenix Enforcer is destroyed, whether it's by battle or card effect, you can activate Enforcer's effect to be able to make it so that during the next standby phase, you special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard, which does include itself. Then next, I play 2 copies of Destiny Hero Dystopia. Dystopia used to be a lot more relevant back before with the older time rules, but now that it's 15 minutes, and if you're still playing at 15 minutes, then you just lose, which I think is ridiculous, needs returns. Because end of phase was stupid. Just double lossing because you went over 15 minutes is stupid. But anyway, Dystopia has the effect that when it's summoned, you can target a level 4 or lower Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard. Your opponent takes damage equal to that monster's attack. And then if Dystopia's attack points change, then you can activate Dystopia's effect on the resolution to be able to just target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and then Dystopia's attack returns to its original. And you only use each effect of Destiny Hero Dystopia once per turn. Next, I play 1 copy of Evil Hero Malicious Bane. Malicious Bane has the effect where it has to be summoned with Dark Calling. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. During the main phase, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card's attack, which starting off is 3,000. And then afterward, it destroys monsters against 200 attack for each monster that was destroyed by this effect. However, if you use this effect, it cannot declare an attack for the rest of that turn. Or you cannot declare an attack for the rest of that turn except for hero monsters, which, again, doesn't matter because everything in this deck is a hero monster. Well, there's only 1 monster in this deck that isn't a hero monster. Next, I play 2 copies of Destiny Hero Dominance. Let's see. Destiny Hero Dominance has the effect that during your main phase, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck or your opponent's deck and place them on the bottom of the deck, or on the top of the deck in any order. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can draw 1 card. If this fusion summon card destroy a battle or card effect, you can target 3 level 9 or lower Destiny Hero monsters with different names in your graveyard and special summon them. You can only use that effect at Dominance once per turn. Or you can only use each effect at Dominance once per turn. Which really, I like being able to just use Dominance to just rearrange my opponent's top cards so I can give them the card that I feel like is the worst card for them to have at the moment. Like one of them, I had Denko Sekka and Anti-Spell Fragrance up, which is really evil. And I looked at my opponent's deck, and they had 2 spell or trap cards. So I put those at the top because with Denko Sekka and anti spell fragrance, neither player can set spells or traps, and they have to set spells before they can activate. Then I play 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dusktopia. Dusktopia has the effect that if it's fusion summoned, you can activate its effect to fusion summon another fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or field's material. And once per turn as a quick effect, you can target 1 monster on the field, make it unable to be destroyed by battle or card effects. And if you do, neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving that monster. And these last until the end of the turn. And its only requirement is a Destiny Hero fusion monster plus a Destiny Hero monster, so it's not that hard to make. The other thing I thought about fusion, double fusion, was you can also use that to make this a lot easier. As if you have 3 Destiny Hero monsters in your hand, you can use double fusion, pay 500, fusion summon once, and then fusion summon again. That's what it does. And then lastly, for the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Destiny End Dragoon. This requires Plasma and Dogma. The Dragoon has the effect of, I forget how it works. Once per turn, you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls and inflict damage equal to that monster's attack. So that's when it destroys a monster and deals damage equal to that monster's attack on field. So if it's a monster that has more attack than its original, then your opponent will take that much attack. Or they'll take that much damage, I mean. And then it just can't attack during the battle phase you activate that effect. And its other effects during a standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish a Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard to special summon it. And that is it for my Destiny Hero deck profile. If you have any ideas to improve the deck, any ideas for decks like to see face each other, or decks like to see be made in the future, feel free to comment down below. If you're still watching, I always read the comments. Thank you for watching.